Hey everybody, it's Cheap Comic Collector, and we are here with episode number 60 already. Today we're going to be going through this short box of books I just recently got in. It's older books, as you can see, and it's filled with some interesting stuff. I think this will be an interesting episode, so stick around. Let's get started. So these bags are disgusting and are going to all get replaced. I don't know if I can. I might just take them out as we go because these bags have got to go. But and the fan wants to blow the pages. Let me reposition the fan for a second. All right, here we go. So, Savage She-Hulk number 11, and I paid for these. What did I pay for these? Oh, geez. It's not coming to mind. Did I pay up for these? I think I did. Yes, I did. I paid a lot for these compared to what I normally do, because there's a lot of older kids' books in here, and you got to pay for those. Unfortunately, you got to pay up if you want those kind of books. So these were all supposed to be poor quality issues. You know, with they could have tears, they could have missing pages, they could have whatever. There's only 2 in here that are missing centerfolds, and there's a couple that don't have covers. But other than that, they're in pretty decent shape for how old they are. The Marvels are all in pretty good shape, so they're the ones that are in these bags. I think the only reason they put them in with the bad ones because the bags were in such bad shape. It looks like the bags went through something. But the comics survived fine. So this is Savage She-Hulk number 11. And keep that in mind because it's going to be important later. This is Fraggle Rock number 6 from Star Comics. There's quite a few Star Comics in here too. Let me get these bags out of the way. And Wally the Wizard number 11. Quite a few issues of this series in here. And I actually have the complete set now of Wally the Wizard. I think I had a couple issues previous to this, so I'm not sure if the whole set is in here or not. Wally the Wizard number 4. And Savage She-Hulk number 11. Sounds familiar, right? Yeah, okay. So keep that in mind as we go through these. It's going to be important throughout the video. We're just going to stick that with the other She-Hulk. And here's Savage She-Hulk number 8. So at least it's a different issue. Oh, it's got Man-Thing behind it. That's a great cover. Yeah, I like that's a great monster cover. Nice. Incredible Hulk number 254. Oh, and there's a book in this box that you won't believe what it is. I did not believe it when I pulled it out of here. Did not know at all that that book was in here. Savage She-Hulk number 13. Savage She-Hulk number 9. And the Man-Thing number 6. That's another issue to keep your eye on as we go through this video, because we've got a bunch of them. Savage She-Hulk number 11. Yeah, again, number 11. They don't usually do that in these short boxes. You know, once in a while I've gotten one double in the same box. Never gotten more than 2. And but I have noticed lately that they're in, when I look at the pictures of what I want to bid on, that sometimes they do have doubles in the same box now. So it's kind of becoming a thing, but you won't believe how many copies of some of these books I have. Human Fly number 1. Muppet Babies number 3. I used to actually have that comic for some reason. Not sure why. Man-Thing number 8. It's probably a gift from somebody. And back to Man-Thing number 6. So that's the second copy of that one. So we're just going to toss that back to that stack. And Man-Thing number 8 and 8. So that's the second one of that as well. And then Man-Thing number 7. And another Man-Thing number 7. So at this point, I was getting pretty frustrated. I mean, how many, doubles were going to be in here when I paid up for the box to get the kids' comics? I mean, these are great issues, and I love the fact that they were in there because they're in decent shape. But I'm just really disappointed that there were so many doubles. And Man-Thing number 6 again. And oh look, Man-Thing number 6 again. So I was really hoping that the whole box wasn't going to be like that at this point, because I hadn't gotten any of the kids' comics yet. Human Fly number 8. Human Fly number 4. If anybody knows the history of the Human Fly character, of this guy, let me know in the comments or send me an email. I know like the first issue, I think there's an article about, it's supposed to be a real person. And I don't know if it was some kind of stunt performer or if that was just made up, that it wasn't a real person, or just in Human Fly number 2, just guest starring Ghost Rider. So it didn't, I never quite figured that out, if the guy was really a real guy and they made a comic book out of him, or did they make a comic book out of him and, kind of created somebody to play the character, or just, I've never been real clear on that. And so then we get into some kids' books, thank goodness. We got Little Dot Uncles. This is actually Harvey Hits number 24. So probably before they started the Little Dot's Uncles and Aunts comic. New Funnies number, I don't know what the number is. This is 275 from 1960. It's got some cover wear. Got some, looks like somebody got paint or something on the cover, but that's why they're listed as poor condition. And then we got Tom and Jerry. This one is number 147 from 1956. Another Tom and Jerry. This one is 135 from 1955. And a Pat Sullivan's Felix the Cat. And this is number 74. And I'm not sure of the year. It's print's too small for me. It was a 10-center. Obviously, the bottom half of the front page is missing. Somebody must have wanted to be a coin collector. But other than that, it's a complete issue. New Funnies. Number 263, no, number 232 from 1956. You got Woody Woodpecker, Andy Panda, and Oswald the Rabbit. And Tom and Jerry 139 from 1956. And another triple threat cover with Woody, Andy, and Oswald. New Funnies number 227 from 1956. And New Funnies 217, I keep wanting to read the address. 217 from 1955. And you can see, the covers are need repair. I'm going to be going through some archival tape to fix these, but it's fine. It's fine. They're complete, so I'm happy. Little Dot, number 25 from 1957. So that's a pretty early issue. It'll have an early Richie Rich story in it, because he first appeared in our first issue. And then we got Sad Sack Laugh Special, number 3. Giant summer issue from 1959. And I was born in '67, so most of the majority of these are from before I was even born. Handy Panda number 46 from 1959. So 50s kids comics and 70s or 80s, probably 80s Marvel comics were basically in this box. Little Lotta number 23. I'm gonna stop looking up the years and numbers. And then this was in there. It's just a cover, or used to be a cover of something. I'm guessing it was some kind of giveaway because of just the way this reads with the streets, the road signs and stuff. It may have been like this back cover says Plymouth builds great cars, so it was probably some kind of giveaway for Plymouth. But that's all that's there of that. Got a Tom and Jerry 10 center. And Roy Rogers. That's cool. 52-page Roy Roger issue from 1951. That's pretty early. Nice back cover of Roy on Trigger. And there's a Bugs Bunny. I am going to take a peek inside some of these because they may not be the Bugs Bunny series. Some of them may be 4 colors. So this is number 50 of Bugs Bunny. And then we have another bag of kids comics. I'm going to just take it out of the bag. Glad I got some Golden Age bags of boards in the other day. So this is a 4 color because it's number 725. Pretty sure Elmer Fudd didn't go up that high, so this would be a 4 color issue. We got Tweety and Sylvester. And this is a Walt Disney's Comics and Stories. This one was a gold key. It was from 1964. And unfortunately, this is one of them that's missing the centerfold. So, yeah, it's not complete. The 2 stories in the middle are both missing pages. This is Tom and Jerry, old 10 center. Tom and Jerry. And Woody Woodpecker. And Porky Pig, that looks pretty old. 15 cents though. Porky Pig 53. Woody Woodpecker. And Woody Woodpecker's Back to School. Del Giant. This is number 6 of the Woody Woodpecker Back to School series. So, that's cool. Nice and thick. These easily go for anywhere from $5 to $20, $25 in this kind of conditions. So, and I'm not really interested in that, but it's nice to know that considering how much money I'm spending on these things, if I ever did need to sell some off, that I might be able to get some decent prices for them. Stumbo the Giant. Okay, this is another issue of Harvey Hits, number 54. And Walter Lantz TV Funnies. This is the same series as the, New Funnies? It's the same series. They just rebranded it for a few issues. It's not even listed as a separate series on Grand Comics Database. So if you're ever looking for that series, that's why it's not listed on there. It's a little hard to find. Buffalo Bill Jr. This is a Gold Key one-shot. I used to actually have this cover on Adele, so this might be a reprint. Tom and Jerry. Nice little Christmas cover kind of in there. And Sad Sack and the Sarge, number 16. And here's a more recent Richie Rich Billions, number 6. Probably 80s. Oh, no, 19... What is that? 1975. So, that's in pretty good shape for 75. And another bag. smaller one this time. Tom and Jerry, 15-cent issue. Nice big chunk out of that front cover. But other than that, a wonderful issue. Looney Tunes. This one is in a little rough shape. 1957, 193. Tom and Jerry. And another Tom and Jerry with some of these have pretty bad chipping like this on the covers too, but there's a lot of good ones too, like this one, Tweety and Sylvester, Daffy, New Funnies. So good stuff in here. By this time I was getting much happier with the box as I was going through it. Much more, much happier with what was in here. A couple Charlton romances, Secrets of Young Brides. This is number 3 from the 1970s. They rebooted these titles in the 70s. And this is My Only Love. This is also a number 3. Very 70s grooviness going on there. And here we have Little Lotta, number 112. And this one was a surprise. Marvel Spotlight, number 7. So yeah, Ghost Rider. I think this is the 3rd appearance of Ghost Rider. I think he debuted in number 5, if I remember correctly. So that was a cool find. Wasn't expecting that. It's in decent shape. It's got like a little bit of wear on the cover, on the spine. Not much. Definitely could have been. I don't know why this is in the poor pile. I just don't. A little bit of wear here at the top, I guess. So there's a little chip missing there, but anyway, Human Fly, number 3, and Captain America, number 156. So this one excited me too because I was like, oh cool, there's some early Captain Americas in here. Wacky Witch. Don't know anything about her. Richie Rich Millions, number 109. And here's a coverless Tom and Jerry. And the back cover is here, but it is completely loose. When I went through them before, it was hanging on by a thread, but now it's loose. And we're just going to stick that to the side for now. Nancy and Sluggo. This is that St. John's issue I talked about a couple episodes ago, where I was talking about how, this is the first issue of a St. John comic I've never gotten. But there's absolutely nothing in here promoting their line of comics. It's just a comic book with nothing, no editorial, no letter column, no ads, absolutely nothing showcasing that they make comic books. So that's what kind of made me do that whole thought process of these guys didn't, in the Fawcett issues, and then there's another quality issue coming up that's the same way. So this one's a coverless Bambi. It would have been a 4-color. The story's, I guess, all there, but it's been like scribbled on with crayons on almost every page, and it's not really worth saving. But we have an early Conan number 72. Aquaman in Adventure Comics, number 451. Starro the Conqueror. And Cobra, number 3. Higgy Pop just did not too long ago, did a review of the Cobra series. So if you want to learn more about that, go check out his channel. Conan, number 152. Conan 58. And a Freedom Fighters, number 14. And a superhero catalog. So this is basically just it's not a comic book, it's just a collection of all the cool superhero stuff that was available back around that time. I loved when I remember seeing 1 or 2 of these, and you did have to pay for them. This was like 60 cents. But it was so cool, you know. It was kind of weird because like Spider-Man had a utility belt, and you're like, well, Spider-Man doesn't have a utility belt. What are they, you know? But anyway, looks like fun stuff. Aquaman in Adventure Comics number 452. Looks like Garth is about to fork him. Is that a shrimp fork? I guess that's a shrimp fork. Roy Rogers number 83 from 1954. It's Roy Rogers with a bow and arrow. Hot Stuff, number 39. Little Scouts. This was a series I didn't know anything about, but it looks like fun. This is number 2 from 1951. And this, I believe, even though it was in a different bag, is probably the cover to this coverless Tom and Jerry we were looking at. So this is 121, and the cover doesn't have a number on it, but the colors match up, so I'm pretty sure that that's that issue. So I'll look up on the internet to see if that's the cover for that issue or not. If it is, then I'll probably do what I did with that Dennis the Menace book and laminate the covers and then just kind of create, you know, a facsimile cover out of them. This is, wow, solid paper on this cover. Porky Pig number 38 from 1955. Little Lulu. Those are always fun. If you haven't ever gone ahead and read any Little Lulu, you should check it out. They're a fun comic. Here they are. This was a disappointment because this one, when they showed the ads, when I was bidding on it, it was displayed like that, and it looked like a really old issue, and it is an old issue. But I had no idea that it was missing all of this. This is actually the comic that convinced me to bid on this lot. And I was so disappointed when I pulled it out and it was missing half the cover. And it's actually from Toby Press, which is an old comic book publisher. But again, this one doesn't have any ads for the rest of their comics. And I really think that the fact that so many of those older Golden Age publishers didn't advertise themselves is what did them in. We have Oswald the Rabbit. This is number 623, so that's going to be a 4-color. Early Del Scamp issue. Gene Autry and Champion. This would have been towards the end of the Gene Autry run. This is number 119 from 1958. So at some point it went from Gene Autry Comics to Gene Autry and Champion, and then I think that was the end of the run. MGM's Mouse Musketeers. This is number 764. So this is a 4-color. These are actually pretty fun stories too. I was surprised. I always thought it was odd that they made a series out of that, but then I'd actually read some stories not too long ago. And they're actually pretty good. They're fun. Tom and Jerry, number 140 from 1956. And we have another bag, but this one I think has some Marvel in it. Human Fly, number 1. Human Fly, number 13. And another copy of Marvel Spotlight, number 7. So that was cool because I got 2 copies. Even though it's the same issue, it's a rare enough issue and an in-demand enough issue where it's pretty cool that I actually got 2 copies of that. But then, we got Captain America 156, and every time I see Captain America come up, I'm like, cool, there's another old Captain America. But every time it comes up, it's the same issue. So, and this was the big surprise. Fantastic Four number 68, 12-cent cover. It's in rough shape, but it's complete. And the pages aren't all that yellowed. It's got, kind of a little chunk out of this corner up here. The spine's in rough shape. The biggest problem with it is somebody taped it. They put tape around here, and I can trim that a little bit and put some archival tape on there to help preserve it. But then they taped like this tape. There's no reason for that to be there. There's no cuts. Why did they tape it? Is it just some kid playing with tape or what? And then the same thing on the back cover. There's tape here, there's tape here, there's tape here. But there's no reason for it. There's no damage except from the tape. So, not sure what that's all about. Maybe they were trying to tape the cover on, although it looks like the staples are still holding on. They're holding on for dear life, but they're holding on. So a little disappointed that, there's tape all over it for no reason. But then again, if that tape wasn't on there, there's no way this would have been in this box. So very, very excited to get that. Just, Stan Lee, Jack Kirby at their best. And fun. Star Spangled War Stories, number 172. So it's got a DC in there. Kid Colt Outlaw, number 193. Thor, 245. Human Fly, number 5. Thor, 244. And another Captain America, 156. Weird War Tales, number 59. Unknown Soldier, 215. Challengers of the Unknown, number 82. And Challengers of the Unknown, 81. They're back in their own magazine. This was a revival in the 70s. Cool covers. The pink outfits here add for some nice contrast. Tales of the Unexpected, number 68, old 12 center. So, again, really rough cover, rough spine, but it's complete. So I don't care. Weird War Tales, number 41. Rawhide Kid, number 135. That's got some roughness to it. I'm not sure what happened to it, but still, I don't care. As long as they're complete, that's all that's important to me. And looks like we have a couple more bags before we get back into some of the badly bagged Marvel comics. The new funnies with Andy Oswald and Woody on the cover. Seems like on these covers, Woody was generally the bad guy, of them getting mad at him for doing something. Same thing again. He's, horning in on their dinner by roasting marshmallows. Tom and Jerry. Whoever had these books loved Tom and Jerry and Woody Woodpecker, because that's a lot of what's here. Porky Pig, number 26. And Lone Ranger, I love that cover. That's a cool cover, very nicely painted. This is 1955, number 86 from the Dell series. So that's cool. The reason I flip these over is to see if there's a picture or something on the back. A lot of the Dell comics used to have, something other than advertising. This Porky Pig had another Porky Pig strip on the back, and like that. So, and High and Lois, I didn't even know they were in comics. This was definitely an early version. You can tell by the way they're drawn. And this was 4-color, number 774. New Funnies. And I had a hard time figuring out what was going on this cover. I guess this is a funnel. It didn't look like a funnel to me. It looked like a cork. Sad Sack's Funny Friends. number 12. That's cover's obviously seen better days. And love this cover of Goofy. Goofy's Success Story number 702. So that's a 4-color issue as well. And these, I mean, these go $5, $10 in this condition all day long. So, like I said, I got my money's worth. Henry Eldritch, a Dell comic from number 16 from 1953. So he had his own comic series. This is an old radio character, in case you're not familiar. Tom and Jerry. New Funnies. Using, what's her name? Splinter or Knothead? Something. Forget. Woody Woodpecker. Looks like it might be a pretty early one.